not prone to those particular settings that I guess you witnessed.
So along those lines, is it a risk to your company to, like I was looking at the leases, it looks like maybe $8,500 to lease a truck for 4 months, company $100 million in revenues. Is it a liability or risk to have your branded trucks leased out?
Well, I mean, we're going to go take a look at that, right? We're going to take a strong look at that and see if that fits going forward. And we'll evaluate that. And if we find that we have a partner that's leasing those trucks and they're involved in subjecting individuals to work conditions that we don't stand for, then we probably won't be doing those lease agreements with those parties anymore. So I think we have to take a step back and say, okay, yeah, it's a slow time, but maybe this doesn't make sense because maybe this isn't who we are, it doesn't emulate our culture, and they're being used, and somebody could see a perception like you had that this appeared to be something to do with Nacanti, even though it does not. And yeah, we're going to get involved in that. We're going to look at that, and most likely we will not associate with parties that are using our trucks in those locations. And it's already under the works, Martha. We're already discussing that internally because we were concerned as well, and we were confused at first because we're sitting there saying, there's no way that she came onto our campus because we would have met you, we would have talked to you, and we would have invited you. And we want to invite you. We would love for you to come back and see what Nacanti is and the difference that unfortunately you witnessed, and we will do something about that for sure. I can talk about that for sure.
Okay. And then in giving everyone an opportunity to respond, the shed owner, where we saw this, was very certain that he was selling shrimp to Nacanti and named one of the big processing plants of yours, and said that's where this goes.
He's mistaken. Again, I wasn't there for that conversation. If I had, he would have stood corrected. But we don't, listen, our capacity is down, as was shared in the details that we presented with you. 2 years ago, we sort of hit our peak with capacity, and we've looked at our revenues and said, what is intelligent revenue? What is not intelligent revenue? There's revenue, and sometimes that's not good for the business. Sometimes it's not profitable for the business. So we've scaled down our capacity from about 30 to 40% from where we were in 2022. Intentionally, we've made investments in other social aspects. We've invested heavily in food safety, which I shared with you. We wanted to be separated from everyone else on antibiotics and nitrofuran, so we went out and bought literally the LCMS equipment that is used in the laboratories. So we had them internally so that we could hold ourselves accountable and then made intelligent decisions on our shipping volume. So if that gentleman believed whatever he stated to you, again, I would have corrected him had I been there. I can't speak to where he came up with that. That's just not true.
And so, in all fairness, this year, what are you guys projecting for revenue?
It's probably around 150 million.
Okay.
At our peak in 22, as illustrated, reached about 300 million. So we're down about half of that. Some of that's intentional. We're using resources in different areas, and we're really trying to scale our operation to be exceptional in all capacities. That's something we're focused on now from a food safety standpoint and leading that. And because of that, we've decided on certain customer relationships and volumes that just don't make sense for where we want to be going forward. Our strategy is to really continue on that exceptional leadership and embrace the rest of the Indian sector and bring everyone else along with us by demonstrating that it's not always about money. It's about your employees. It's about the culture you have. You have to have a commitment to who you are, and that's what our focus is going to be to continue the legacy we've had, but also to make sure our future is defined on the principles that we want. And one of those was looking at things differently, looking at one of those buckets having to be the capacity and the revenue.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Excellent.
Anything else you want to say? I told you it'd be painless.
I thought you was leaving. Yeah, it's all right.
No, we really would like you to come.
Yeah, I hope I can.
I don't know where this is going, but
Yeah.
I would just say this. There were some comments. I don't know what happened in Boston. I wasn't there. Some things got out to people we care about, that know who we are. However that manifested, I'm hoping that somehow we've cleared the air here in terms of who we really are with yourself. And you're invited anytime to visit and coordinate with us on any initiatives that you would like to know about on